to this week's podcast. I'm Michelle Pascoe, and thank you so much for joining me. Each week, I either interview an amazing guest, or perhaps I'm sharing my own insights over the past 3 decades in this amazing industry, as well as being in business. This podcast is for those in the hospitality industry, but it's also so much more than that. It's for someone just like you. Perhaps you're an individual building a business, or you're just starting out building a team, or you have many people that you lead and manage. If that is so, and you are wanting to create an amazing experience for your patrons, your clients, your members, then this is the podcast for you. Mystery shopping. Have you ever heard of it? What do you think it means? It certainly doesn't mean walking along with dark glasses, a hat pulled over your head, and your turned up pop collar. Or perhaps for some it may be, but to me, it's my world. Over the last 3 decades, I have mystery shopped along with my amazing team of employees and researchers, or better known as Oops Snoops, in creating memorable experiences for my clients through understanding the perspective from the patrons, their customers, their clients, their members, their guests' eyes. See, when I created this program, it was never to catch people out, but instead it was to look at those shining lights, but also perhaps where opportunities were shown, additional tools or resources or training. All sorts of things come out of mystery shopping. But to me, I love it when it really identifies those amazing team members. And of course, over the last 3 decades, and as I said, with my own proprietary software, OARS, I have created well over 10,000 questions. Somehow I love to reverse engineer it. So, it takes into account having conversations with the clients, working out exactly what they're looking for. Because being my own software, I can change questions immediately, just like that. And therefore, sometimes we need to do that because of changing situations in the workplace or additional facilities, or perhaps we're using a new supplier, even for toilet paper or coffee. So we have to be adaptable, just like we are in the workplace. It's adapting to what our customers are looking for. I find that using mystery shopping, and now let's be honest, this isn't a 10-question tick and flick. This can be a report that is hundreds and hundreds of pages, depending on the size of my client's organization, all the different aspects of the business that we are looking into. Because it's not just the face-to-face, it also includes website, it includes social media, and the telephone. So it's every one of those aspects where we come in contact with your organization. And in today, navigating this fast-moving industry or industries, whether it be hospitality or across those, ignorance is something you certainly can't afford, because things have changed. Your guests, members, customers have higher expectations than ever before. And in learning to draw and, keep that 21st century customer, you need to know how they see and engage in your organization. If you are not in the business of listening to them, well, I'm sorry, you may not be in business for long. So you may be asking me, well, why should I measure Michelle? I get feedback. I've got reviews on TripAdvisor or other Google reviews. I've got long-term clients that say everything is wonderful. And that's great. That's wonderful. But what these reports do, and why measuring is so important, is that you're measuring like for like, both objective and subjective questions, providing qualitative and quantitative information. It also provides you the opportunity to look back and look at trends and benchmarking. More than ever, you are dealing with a diverse public and certainly a workforce with now 4 generations. Plus, there are different cultures, diversity in languages, and, of course, expectations. Great service It has to be a lot more than that. It has to be exceptional service. And that is benchmarked today. Getting that service out of your team on a regular basis is the goal. Identifying where you are succeeding and where you are failing is the big first step to raising your operating standards. Given the increasing competition for the customer's dollar, the stakes have never been higher. And you better believe that your competitors already have their own journey maps. So, what are the journey maps? Well, I feel there are 6 key tools that we can measure to assess and analyze your customer's offering. There's mystery shopping, there are focus groups, there are online forums, benchmarking, and now that can be just within your own business, benchmarking that from month to month. And then, of course, benchmarking it across your industry and perhaps even benchmarking your competitors. There's the trends analysis, and then there's the competitor audit and positioning map. All of those 6 tools I have been with my team successfully using for our clients, and some of them we have data for them for over 20 years. Using this research, I can map your position and help guide you to that higher ground using a suite of customized proprietary reports. The real value is in knowing how to read the results and presenting them in a way that lets you see where your organization is both succeeding and coming up short. So it does depend on the viewpoint. Everybody involved in your organization has a different view of the business. There are the views of the manager, the frontline team, the customers, and even an independent consultant's view. Through mapping, measuring, and collecting feedback, I can tell you how your organization appears through the eyes of your customers and how your frontline team provides service to interact and engage with them. Managers look down and into the business. The team members look out because they're looking after your customers. The stakeholders are looking at the bottom line, so they are thinking in the terms of the future and the necessary strategic planning to get there. As consultants, we are tasked with figuring out how can you keep bringing that essential wow factor to your customers every day, both now and into the future. Mapping the journey with research, you can know your competitors, expand your service offering, become that one-stop shop that offers a wide variety of facilities, create a successful loyalty program, renovate and rebuild, grow by amalgamation, and build a business empire, which so many of my clients have done over the years. These 6 essential research tools for mapping the VIP journey. These 6 essential research tools map the journey of your customer. With over 3 decades of experience, I have developed and used these customized research tools to provide the best analysis. Mystery shopping is the first one, whether it is undertaken face-to-face, online, or over the telephone. Mystery shopping provides a true view of the customer experience of your service and or product. Depending on the depth of information your organization requires and the end goal for this information, the report that each mystery shopper completes, or my oops snoops, could be a simple tick and flick, but not in my organization. Instead, it is, which is done in a short period of time. But with ourselves, we may spend 2 to 3 hours minimum in a venue, not only reporting on the impact that your team makes with us, the facilities, the service, and the product, but also through observation. And that's what's key. We also provide that comprehensive, both objective as well as that qualitative and quantitative research, whether it's through analysis, the reports, breaking it up into various departments, creating trends analysis, and of course, benchmarking for that particular report, as well as benchmarking over time. At its beginnings, mystery shopping was more about making lists and checking to see that team members followed the list. If there were 10 steps to putting together a hamburger, did the team member follow them exactly so that all the ingredients were on the bun? And did they remember to upsize the customer's order? That was basic mystery shopping. And quite a number of businesses use that, and that's fine. But when you've got an organization with a team with varying products, that you're looking at that quality of service that is consistent. And my gosh, at this time, service and the experience is absolutely key. People are watching what they spend, but they're happy to spend as long as there's value in that. And the value comes down to how you make them feel, how you make them feel while you're in your business and how you make them feel when they leave your business. So there's lots of different ways that we can connect. For team members to do their jobs well, they have to know the organization's procedures as well as the expectations of management and customers. The customer is certainly king and clearly the key to improved organizational performance. A happy customer is critical to a happy environment. This is the key to repeat business and is important as an advocate in the insatiable quest for new customers. In mystery shopping, in what I provide on the OARS software, I provide a business insight report, a very short 25-question valuation report, and then, of course, there's the mapping of the guest or the customer journey through the competitor audit and the positioning map. Of course, it always depends on what you're looking for. Now, why I love doing this research is because I know the impact that it makes with my clients and their team members. It's for about improvement, but most important, it's creating these amazing experiences for your customers. I know, people over the years have said to me, oh, Michelle, I'll just send my husband or my sister or my mother in to the business and or my friend, and they can mystery shop for us. And that's lovely. That's fine. I've got no qualms about that. However, what they put on is their subjective viewpoint. That is why you need very specific questions. And those questions have to be weighted as well as rated for scoring to provide you a really clear picture of both where you are on a quantitative level as well as the comments behind that as a qualitative level. So even though it's lovely to have your friends to pop in and do, a quick little check-in, if they're not all answering the same questions, if they're not looking through it through an objective focus, then the information can be highly skewed because you've got to look at, well, what was their attitude when they walked in? What were their expectations? And yes, I know they are a customer, but remember, they're going in as a friend or a family member. They're not going in as a professional who, like my employees, some of them who've been with me for decades, and of course, lots of new ones as well, they know what they're exactly looking for. So when you look at mystery shopping, certainly you can use an organization, such as us, and my team, or otherwise you can purchase our audits directly. And these are for smaller industries than my clients, because remembering I work predominantly with the hospitality industry where the reports are very, very big, whether it be hairdressers, childcare, nail shops, restaurants, bars that are all individual, cafes that are individual, retail stores. We have those audits and we can provide them to you, and that you can then have got those questions with the ratings and be able to score effectively by providing that to your, to the person that you're going to use. But I must say, using a professional service such as ours certainly gives you that opportunity to do benchmarking across the industry and across your trends over the years. Because the other forms of measuring are through focus groups, both with your teams as well as your customers. There is the benchmarking, trends analysis, and that competitor audit and positioning map, which we do quite often for a number of our clients because they're looking for, well, what they're doing now, what the competitors are doing, certainly not to copy, but just to understand what that landscape is in other organizations. It's very important to look at which tools that you're going to use to actually get the feedback that you're looking for. Because you know what? Nothing works better than asking people what they want and then giving it to them within reason. It's all about taking the time to sit down and listen, not just listen to your one-sided or your best customers, by asking a broad number of questions to various customers in focus groups, or, as I said, using mystery shopping to come in with professionals who are coming into your organization as a user of your facilities, purchaser of your products. I mean, goodness, we do hospitality. I said we've done childcare. We do large resorts, accommodation, physiotherapists, hairdressers, beauty salons. We've worked with so many different clients over the years. It's amazing. But what I love is when an organization takes the time to really identify through the mystery shopping, or, to me, it is a business insight report, because that's what it's doing, is providing you insights into your business, to learn where your strengths are, to assist your team in growing together, to create an experience that is consistent for your customers, is why I do it. And through our business insight reports, that is the most important thing to me, is that when our clients review them, they can show them openly to their team, share their ideas, and see through that mapping of their journey, through that customer journey, which is absolutely key. At what point could you perhaps lose the customer? At what point do we keep the customer? And at what point do we actually gain their trust and their loyalty? And throughout our customer journey mapping, which I absolutely love, it identifies these areas as they move around your business and interact with different members within your team. So whatever you do, whoever you go to, although I'd love you to come to me, whether it's a simple audit or whether it's a large report through our business insight reports, take the time to measure, and then reading the data correctly. That's, to me, is so important. It's actually bringing that data alive, because without measuring, you don't know where you are or where you've been or where you're going to. I hope this segment, or this podcast, has given you a little bit of an insight on why measuring is so important and why collecting data is absolutely key, and then mining that data to find out more about your customers, your team members, and how they connect and therefore grow your business. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's podcast. I do hope there was some moments of aha, insights, tips, and some action steps for you to take in your business or organization. I love being in this industry, so the more that you can get the word out about this podcast, because it really is an honor and a privilege to have so many amazing guests on the podcast, that we need to get the word out there. So please share. A review would be wonderful. And if you'd like to reach out and learn more about what I do and my signature program for the leadership development middle management movement, please have a look at the website, www.michellepascoe.com. Take care, everyone. Bye.